Well, women should vote because men are more violent than women. Psychologists has proven that is hardwired into them.
Well, what I think is women should not have the right to vote because they are too emotionally unstable. If they're arguing, they can't figure out if they get mood swing or something. Their vote's going to change depending on yes.
Well, scientists have proven that women can be emotional and do other works, and men's can only do one or two times.
Yes, but women who are emotionally unstable during the vote could change their vote depending on what someone said and like how they look and all that by judgment. No. Thank you. The second on this would be the men make up most of the workforce, and so it's just we have more power over the vote. We deserve to vote. If the women were to work, they would miss more work because of their kids being sick, and then that would just go all down the drain with that. Yes?
Technically, women will only take 2.5 minutes of their time to vote, so that won't take too much time from their daily lives.
Yes, but if their kid gets sick around voting time, they're going to miss the vote because their kid being sick and they have to take care of them. So that's why I think that women do not have the right to vote.
If it take away from duties as wife and mother, it only takes 10 minutes per 10 years or 2.5 minutes per year.
Women would hear about unpleasant subjects. We would rather have women hear about these subjects than have them not know about what's happening in their world. While only one gender, men, make and cost.
From what you said about the women not knowing what's happening in the world, just because they're not working does not mean they wouldn't know what's happening in the world or not voting, because they would still be able to read the newspaper and things being at home, so really it would give them more time to catch up. The workforce thing, they would take a lot of time out of their job. If their kids got sick or they got pregnant or something, they would miss a lot of work. The emotional thing, if they were upset, let's say on voting day, they might just not care and go, oh well, this guy said something, and I don't like him now. Even if he was a good president or something and he could lose and elect some bad president or prime minister. Men are a larger population as well, so that should give them majority over the vote and more power in the vote. And with if women were working and got home, there's a chance that they would be getting paid less, and if the father had to go home, they'd be losing more majority of their money because of more men being in managed positions.
And women has their own minds and options, so they do not have to agree with their husbands. And if you think women are not considered citizens, they live in our land and they help us. No and no. And they are really important because if you're a single father or mother or father, you guys only can work and you guys can only work and you guys have to quit like I don't get this.
Okay. Basically what Vivian's trying to say is that women have rights too, so they should be able to do what they want to do and what they can do instead of sitting home and doing nothing. And I think they should have rights. And they live in this country too. They should be treated even as well as the men. So, yes.
If men are doing all the work though and working and have the majority of the jobs, then shouldn't they get more advantages?
Pretty much, they should get more advantages and stuff, but they should be able to vote as well instead of sitting at home. Yes.
Well, they didn't consider women as persons underneath the law. So in other words, they wouldn't let them vote because they didn't.
Let me stop you right there. Women should actually be able to vote because they're humans too, and they're basically treated wrong. They should be treated right as well as men. Yes.
Back then, under the law, women were not official persons under the law.
Basically, they're still people, and no. And yeah.
Women should be allowed to vote because they do all their wifely duties, and by the time they're done all of them, they probably have some spare time. So they'll have enough time to vote. No and yes.
Yes, but if they have spare time, they could be helping their kids if they're sick or if they need help with something educational or helping them out with something that they need to do.
Yes, but if they're if they helped out their kids and if they're sick, or even if their kid isn't sick, they can still go vote. And if their kid needs help, they can help them, and then they can just have some spare time.